name is Matthew Armah. Let me see if I can get this down here. Okay. The MCA Ghana Agriculture Transformation Program was signed in August 2006. MIDA is the accountable entity for the program, and we're headquartered in Accra. We operate in about 30 districts. It's essentially a poverty reduction program. It's agricultural transformational in its focus, and it's spread around 3 zones. The northern zone, which has the highest level of incidence of poverty. The Afram zone, which is yellow. The Afram Basin, which has a great agricultural potential. And the south, where they're leading in a lot of horticultural production and stuff like that. We're looking at a $547 million program. This program is one of the key ones that is contributing to the MCC impact on agriculture. The program essentially is poverty reduction through economic growth. We've got 2 objectives. That's increasing production and productivity of high-value cash and food crops in the zones we talked about, and to enhance competitiveness of high-value cash and food crops in local and international markets. There are 3 key programs, 3 key areas we're focusing on. Agriculture, we're spending about $241 million. The transportation infrastructure to support agriculture, we're putting about $143 million. And rural development, which is what we call the social overhead infrastructure, where we're spending about $100 million. In developing the compact, I was part of that program. We took the GPRS as the starting point and started the consultative process through presentations, open discussions, group work, and preliminary discussions, and answer sessions. There are about 15 consultative meetings were held with an average participation of about 40 stakeholders per meeting. The objective of the consultative process was to select a priority program which is country-owned, which is in line with government's broad development strategy, which builds synergies with existing programs and promotes accountability, transparency, and sustainability in the delivery of outcomes. There were a number of things that happened, and what I've tried to use this slide to depict is the various levels at which some of the consultation occurred. There were functional levels at the functional level where you had all the bureaucrats trying to think in terms of their technical areas. There were local consultations at various parts. There were industry-led consultations where we brought the industry leaders to talk through. There were field team consultations. There were consultations at the donor levels. And there were just a number of all of these things occurring every time. Arising out of all of these consultations, we had some constraints analysis which looked at agriculture and said, okay, there were specific production-related constraints that needed to be addressed. There were specific process and quality management constraints that needed to be addressed, and there were market-oriented constraints that needed to be addressed. And from this diagram, our program logic was born. The constraints were acquisition to land, roads, irrigation, post-harvest infrastructure, all those issues that we're talking about that came to the project logic. The program is supposed to impact about 60,000 farmers across the country. Now, trying to get reporting on what you've done with 60,000 farmers is a challenge. And the key to it is finding a way to report it in a way that it doesn't get lost in the details. So in this just broad brushstrokes of what the program is, we're trying to continually ensure that we're able to go back and get feedback from the people who are trying to help. So at this, I'll just have to thank you. This is just a snapshot of some of the things that are currently happening in the system. Thank you very much.